From Connecticut's newsroom, Fox Connecticut News at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. As the gun debate rages, there is full agreement on at least one law.
Licensed gun owners can't buy firearms for felons or anyone else. That's called straw buying.
Fox Connecticut's Beau Berman is on special assignment tonight with a look at whether a national campaign to get the word out is working. Beau.
Well, Brent and Allison, let me be clear. Straw buying is a crime. Do it and you'll at least face steep jail time. And in the wake of several mass shootings around the nation, and obviously here in Connecticut, the Newtown-based National Shooting Sports Foundation is partnering with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to encourage retailers to educate their customers. They're walking through the store, pondering their purchase, preparing to buy a gun in their name, turn around and give it to someone else. It's called straw buying and is increasingly cause for concern.
So many of these weapons that are getting into hands illegally are bought by people who can pass the background check.
The vice president is calling for a federal gun trafficking statute. But for 10 years, the government has partnered with the gun industry, tackling straw purchasing in another way. The Don't Lie for the Other Guy campaign.
The last thing the industry wants to see is a firearm end up in the wrong person's hands.
So the National Shooting Sports Foundation based in Newtown sponsors the ATF's program, distributing kits to retailers nationwide, putting up billboards and producing PSA videos.
Whatever you do, don't lie for the other guy.
This message is brought to you as a public service.
Retailers like Cabela's in East Hartford display Don't Lie campaign materials prominently and use the training videos to educate their personnel.
It's a great campaign. It's a great tool that we get to use. I mean, the videos that they're produced are a big piece of the training.
At Cabela's, employees selling guns go through a minimum 3-week training, walking through straw buying scenarios and receive a state license to sell.
We make it 100% aware to our outfitters that they are the last line of defense and that this is their absolute responsibility.
I think it's a great program.
Cabela's customer Steve Van Sickle says the Don't Lie warnings were clear as he shopped for a rifle.
It's going to make them stop and think.
The in-store posters make the consequences clear. If you're caught straw buying, you face 10 years in prison and a major fine. Yet the NSSF will be the first to admit the threat of 10-year sentences is sometimes rather hollow.
You know, a store purchaser has purchased numerous firearms, yet they're getting 18 months in jail.
Straw buyers like Jaime Avila Jr., who was convicted for purchasing 52 guns for someone else and received less than 5 years behind bars. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office said just this month they find straw purchase arrests go nowhere in the county court system, tracing dozens of arrests and finding only minimal sentences handed down.
We as an industry would like to see those tightened up both on the state and federal level when you deal with straw purchasing.
Connecticut straw buyers face a Class D felony with no mandatory minimum sentence, and especially after the tragedy here in Newtown, it's one reason that groups like the NSSF are calling for stronger sentencing.
If a statute says you can get X number of years, then why doesn't everybody who gets convicted get X number of years?
Former Connecticut Chief State's Attorney Chris Morano says it's a matter of proving what happened, and that varies on a case-to-case basis.
The reality of the situation is there's flexibility in our court system so there can be fairness. It may be that the case against the individual isn't as strong.
While the Don't Lie for the Other Guy campaign provides a strong warning, it may only be as strong as the sentences leveled against those who are convicted.
We want the judges and we want the court system to make sure that they are following through, with the sentencing. It is of the utmost importance that these firearms are not in the wrong hands.
Now, the ATF and NSSF have distributed more than 40,000 Don't Lie to the Other Guy kits to retailers nationwide. You can watch their PSAs online at don'tlie.org. Meanwhile, in Virginia, only one of the 15 people convicted of straw buying in the past 2 years has actually gone to prison. Lawmakers there filed a bill mandating a 1-year minimum sentence. We're working on that bill right now. In the studio, Beau Berman, Fox, Connecticut.